So I'm sitting here watching another reaction recount to Cyrus being taken away from this earthly plane. I feel like a lot of the anger is kind of going towards the wrong things. And the blame being placed on, I mean, of course, it was the childs. They definitely did that. They were definitely guilty. But as the prosecutor lady was saying, the definition of the law. But I still feel like a murder charge could have been worn had they like actually told the truth. There's no self defense once you chase somebody down. Once you chase somebody down, they're in fear for their life. So if he had a shot you, it would be self defense. But it wouldn't have been seen that way for Cyrus. But yeah, once you chase, the the self defense goes out the window. Especially a football field. You could have stopped chasing him 50 yards. Cause at 50 points, at 50 yards away, he done kind of got away from you. But you had the intent to kill him. You weren't trying to get no water back. And like the one guy said, I think the son did it. And with me saying I think the son did it, I go to my initial thought that made me stop just mid video. Like, if they really wanted to know, and if it wasn't such privacy behind these devices, you would know exactly what it was. Because if anybody that drove in distance to where they could see with their eyes was in a newer model car, some type of footage lies in these black boxes in these cars. And they watching us all the fucking time. No crime really has to happen. They went in no super rural area where no Artemis camera was, and then satellites is going all the time. So we got that. You could get frame by frame, no matter where a motherfucker is, or let's say under some trees, and then there's heat signature and the body scan technology shit they got, and then all it would take was measurements. So I'm, of course, outraged about it, but what is being outraged gonna do when we know what it is? Especially outrage in a violent way. But I feel like shit like this, people making videos, and not just in the passion of what is going on. Like, you think about it, because I thought about that for a good little second. Kind of don't even know if I want to post this because the few gusts of wind that happened, I think my guys are telling me shut the fuck up. So you had them people after you, because I mean, just think about it. My, just think about it. If anybody was in a newer model car, or any car that had like assistance as far as collision and all that kind of shit, like, yeah, There's footage out there of exactly what happened. But even without all of that, you chased him over a football field's length. He was no longer a threat. He never was a threat to begin with. So you definitely had malice in chasing that boy. But who am I? And I'm saying, what does it matter? Because if we're not gonna collectively elevate from this level of thinking that got us here and keeps this loop repeating itself in this way, then getting angry about it is not transmuting that into nothing but more anger or violence. If it was really being transmuted collectively, we'd have made leaps and bounds, the kind that's irreversible from any man-made system or machine. Because that's essentially what it is. That boy lost his life merely because that family was able to operate in the manner that they did, where they were able to operate because of the level of thinking that we are still on and not elevated from. If if people don't wisen up and wisen up unbiasedly, they're gonna have their way. They're gonna have their way. So all the talk of hooting and hollering, what does it matter? The only way to do it is to get active, just like they did. Not in the way that they did, but they got active. They got active. Like, let bygones be bygones. No honor among thieves, but we share a common goal. Yeah, I don't know how much more it's gonna take. I keep seeing two visions in my brain, in my mind right now. Somebody made a freaking side by side of Cyrus and Trayvon, and that's been tugging at me for since I seen it. Then I'm in a semi affluent area and I seen the lady sleeping on the bridge. And then the issues that are going on with, where I lay my head and pay money to lay my head. An owner operator that's not in the country, vendors aren't being paid, so health um code shit is being violated. But guess what? I still gotta pay them that money if I want to have somewhere to lay my head, and I don't want to be in a worse situation. So I'm grateful, definitely grateful. I'm grateful to see another sunrise, even though this, you know, this world is some bullshit and has been some bullshit. This ain't nothing new. It's cyclical. We need more to realize that, so the tides can turn and the wheel can turn in another direction. And people really realize like oneness. And then if you don't realize oneness, realize that the end goal is death. Everybody's having it. There's no escaping it. And being immortal ain't all that fun for those that remember. And for those that, don't get it, like you're already immortal. You just can't have the same one every time. So you're just creating more and more karmic debt for yourself. But there's some that don't even believe in karma. So, you know, but just be real. Like be real. Motherfuckers are not being authentic. Motherfuckers are not being authentic. And most importantly, motherfuckers don't love themselves. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't do others that way, because those others are a part of you. Because oneness, the law of oneness. While we out, the law of power, the law of oneness. Do that one a favor. I'm gone.